Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you again for allowing me to be part of your day. I so appreciate it. I know we can't get time back, so the time we spend together, I'm hopeful that it stays with you a little bit longer than the time we actually stay together here. And that something resonates later and at least makes your day a bit better. Certainly not worse. There's a lot of you. There's one of me. You guys do that, and I'm grateful. Each and every time I say it, I want you to know that I mean it. You guys have heard of Chad Frankie, right? Oh, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. I am trying to grow my channel, and it does matter, apparently. That's what they say. It doesn't cost anything, so please. Guys, Chad Frankie, the eldest son of Ruby Frankie, who was part of the 8 Passengers, the 8 Passenger channel, who is now in prison for child abuse on her own 2 children that were fortunate enough. Her young son, R. Frankie, at the age of almost 12 years old, escaped from the home of Ruby Frankie, that's his mother's girlfriend slash co-worker, now co-defendant, co-criminal, a very sick woman who Ruby had some sort of affinity towards, because you don't let people treat your children a certain way unless you got it in you to treat them like that yourself, which Ruby was dark. Now here's the thing. Chad is talking. The second to oldest child is talking about what's going on, and he's being very respectful about it. I have to say, Gypsy Rose, you could learn something from this kid, because Chad's only 19 years old now, okay? So he had experienced abuse, I'd have to say, for 5 years, because that's how long he was in therapy with Jody Hildebrandt. He went to a wilderness camp. He had to pay $900 a month for his own therapy. Is that strange, weird, whatever? That show, that 8 Passengers, even Ruby said was making millions. Where's the kid's money? Now, Chad's talking a little bit on Snapchat and stuff like that. For some dollars, he'll go ahead and show you his abs. And he'll sing Apple Bottom Jeans for you, too. I think it's all in fun and games. I don't think he's hurting financially. Here's the weird thing. You know how we're saying, Kevin, and I mean, I said it too. Kevin, where the hell have you been? Kevin, where the hell have you been? Well, it seems like Chad has been living with Kevin since Kevin and Chad got kicked out around the same time. Chad got kicked out because he brought some girls home, which he wasn't doing anything with, because he is a firm believer in you don't behave like that until you are married, but it's okay to have friends that are girls. But Ruby did not want those girls in the house, and she kicked him out after he admitted to telling her. And guess whose idea it was to tell on himself, and knew the result of what the reaction was going to be to the action of him telling his mom. Well, who was his therapist? What did I say? Jody. Jody said, Chad, you need to tell your mom. And of course, the reaction was exactly what Jody thought. Ruby started crying, kicked Chad out with his dad, and Kevin got kicked out because that's what Jody told Ruby to do. So, ever since they left, they've been living together. Now, Chad says he's close with his dad. He says that his dad didn't know anything. He said he didn't know anything. How do you really... we talk about cults on this channel and how you give out blind faith like that. I just don't have that much faith in humanity to give you my blind faith. Not to anybody. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to give it to you. So I can't understand it. And then when it goes against things like, when you're a mother and your natural desire is to nurture and protect, and you have somebody having it go against your grain, and you're easily saying, okay, and you see with your own eyes. I have to say that Chad happens to have, a pretty good personality. They're all in therapy, from my understanding, are still the youngest kids, the ones that were, are Frankie and Frankie, the two youngest ones that were found, after what happened and how they were treated by their mom and Hildebrandt. I think that they're still in CPS care. And as far as the two middle girls, I'm not sure where they're at. Shari's living on her own. Chad's going to be living on his own. But in the meantime, according to Chad, he's close with all of his siblings, and his dad is close with him, and he's close with his dad, and they're close with Shari too. So you remember and we saw that Kevin wanted to press charges against his daughter, but back then I think that he believed his wife. Since what's happened, I think that really has made Kevin stop and think. I don't think it makes him I think he's still totally neglectful, because he did not check on his children, and he's got to live with that. He has got to live with that decision. Blind faith again. He trusted his wife. That was a bad move, man. She was making all these bad decisions. Why didn't you think it could happen to your kids? You knew she was doing it with you. Had him convinced, because he wanted to have sex with her, that he was perverted. That's not right, man. Jody Hildebrandt had a hang up because I believe she's gay. Chad thinks maybe his mom is too. It wasn't that confusing for me. I'm very fortunate, I guess. Guys, I think it's absolutely something that, I just want to say that I really think that Kevin has stepped away, and maybe it's true that he is really done with Ruby, and that's the end of it. I had asked if you guys thought that he was going to get back together with her or not. I'm not too sure about that anymore. According to Chad, if I were to believe Chad, it seems to me like Kevin is done with the situation, and he's really trying to build his family back up. I've never been a Mormon. I don't know how that works. But I would think that as long as you can speak and find a way, you would at least reach out to your children and ask how they're doing. You'd want to see them. Some of those kids were, again, they were young, 10, 12. Come on, man. The 12-year-old, you don't think that maybe he needed a father figure at that time? You don't think he deserved a phone call? How do you think he feels right now? You just gave up on him. I guess Kevin's got to live with that. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. Do you think there's anything wrong with Chad making a little bit of money that he could finally keep on his own off of the social media, while showing his abs for $5 to singing Apple Bottom Jeans for $20? Alright, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think in the comments, please. And also like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate you guys. Let me know what other stories to cover. Take care, guys. Don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. And always, always, always just be yourself and be kind. Alright, guys, thanks.